operations, maintenance, and vehicle replacement costs, as well as provide for an adequate reserve balance. Rates were developed in line with Proposition 218 requirements, ensuring that customers are paying in proportion to the cost of service provided. Next slide. The refuse collection rates proposed were developed based on industry guidelines, ensuring revenue sufficiency to meet the operation and maintenance needs to provide adequate financial reserves for the city's refuse waste operations, ensuring that rates are fair and equitable and are based on the cost of service guidelines used in the industry, and plan for rate and revenue stability to prevent rate spikes and provide adequate operating reserves and overall financial health of the sanitation fund. As mentioned earlier in the presentation, Sanitation Division services approximately 29,500 accounts, including single-family homes and some multifamily units. Next slide. The current rate schedule is implemented on July 1, 2017, with the last increase taking effect on July 1, 2021, and rates have not increased since that time. Current rates include a monthly fixed charge for weekly collection based on the size of the container outlined in the table. The study identified that current rates do not generate enough revenue to meet the needs of the current operation and recommended implementing a new 5-year rate plan consistent with Prop 218 requirements. The table outlines current rates. The 96-gallon customer currently pays $35.31. 64-gallon customers and customers with alley refuse collection pay $34.10. Low-income senior disabled residents pay $10.45. And a resident with an additional refuse container pays $25.58 per month, with all customers being billed bi-monthly. Next slide. This slide outlines the projected ending reserve balance based upon current and proposed rates from FY24 through FY28. Based on current rates, the fund will have a negative balance of $21 million at the end of FY28. The proposed rate adjustment at the end of the 5-year rate period will bring the reserve fund balance to an estimated $2.24 million. Next slide. Now I'd like to discuss the proposed rates. In FY24, rates will increase between 12 and 16% for monthly collection and approximately 26% for an additional refuse container. The monthly rate for a 96-gallon refuse container will increase from $35.31 to $40.74 a month. 64-gallon and alley refuse service will increase from $34.10 to $38.29 a month. And the rate for low-income senior and disabled will increase from $10.45 to $11.74 a month. I would like to note that the low-income senior and disabled rate is a reduced rate that is not required but offered by the city. The rate is offset by the city's general fund, not by ratepayer revenue. To qualify for low-income senior or disabled rate, residents be a minimum of 62 years of age, permanently disabled, and have a gross household income no greater than $36,450 for the prior calendar year. If residents meet these requirements, they can reach out to the finance department for the appropriate forms. Next slide. Now we can look at the entire 5-year period of the proposed refuse rate adjustments. As discussed in the previous slide, in FY24, 96-gallon refuse container service will increase by 15.4%. 64-gallon and alley refuse service and low-income senior disabled rates increase 12.3%, and the additional refuse container increases by 26.4%. In FY26 and 27, rates will be adjusted by 9%, and in FY27 and 28,